know, TL really wasn't never my stepping ground. But I remember when Barbie on crack got loose, and they said, Barbie's in the TL. Y'all gotta go get her. Ooh. I was down here with had my shoes on the wrong fit, because I was going in the wrong direction.
Honestly, I didn't go to treatment to get clean. I went to treatment to get the hell out of Santa Rita. But something happened when I got to treatment, right? The people there had higher expectations for my life than I did.
I used to sleep right on Hyde Street, right on Hyde and Turk. Yes, I did, for a year and a half, shooting heroin. It's been 24 years since I've done heroin. And now I'm getting all the blessings.
When I say recovery, y'all say resource. Recovery. Recovery. All right.
In the hood where I was fighting daily. Yeah, that's what made the menace man a soldier, baby. Been hit so many times, that's why it's hard to fake me. Been hurt so many times, that's why my love is crazy. But I love you, baby. And I can't live alone.
I do need to say that the reason why I said let's have this rally here in Boeddeker Park is because this park right here is special. This park right here, I was here before they had the playground, before they had all of the things that they got going on here. They had a half a court. They didn't even have a whole full court. I remember it back in the day, and I used to come here after I hit lick to come here and shoot dope. And I'm talking about, it's a message in recovery that an addict, any addict, black addict, white addict, gay addict, straight addict, any addict can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live.
I was part of this old Tenderloin neighborhood. That was probably my drug of choice, just living wild and not believing in the next day and not taking care of my fellow community member. And now, like he said, I'm on the other side of the divide. I want to lift somebody up and tell them the stuff that I've been through.
Before there was a gate here, there was grass right there. And that piece of grass was mine. That's where I slept at, because I was homeless in this park 31 years ago. So to come back to this venue and be clean 31 years from crack cocaine is amazing.
I probably went to about 12 different rehabs. I'm gonna tell you that, okay? I didn't get it. I didn't get it until the day I finally said, God, take this urge away from me.
I know that many of us walk around the streets here. I live 2 blocks from here. I walk around this neighborhood every day, and there's a lot of reasons to lose hope and to think that the people who are struggling don't have a path forward. They don't have options. They don't have people who care for them. But if you look around at what happens here when people who have been through recovery and who help others go through recovery can tell their stories and lift people up, we know there is hope.
I started a nonprofit in 2015 and got my 501c3 in 2017, and it's called Sister Circle Women's Support Network. Can I get a show of hands on any woman out here that has ever attended a meeting, attended a group, or attended an event of Sister Circle? Please raise your hand.
You know, today's an important day because if you read the paper, or you walk through the Tenderloin, or you listen to the status quo, they're going to tell you that nobody can get clean. That the best you can do is maybe some medication-assisted treatment and some free housing. Well, we're all living proof that people do recover.
I am the Chief of Adult Probation. I am the first African-American Chief of Adult Probation. And representation matters. Everybody needs someone to help keep them on track. When I was in the 10th grade, I dropped out of high school. And because someone believed enough in me to get me back on track, I ended up going back to school and ending up here. So everybody needs somebody to believe in them when they're not seeing it for themselves.
I do want to give a quick moment of silence for the late great Naeem Harrison. He was a Black Panther, a BGF member, an ex-addict, a community organizer, married a beautiful wife, Marie Harrison, who passed, who was a great organizer too. Both of them was jet black, and Naeem drove a jet black car. Looked like the Black Batman.
And I keep saying it all the time. People always tell us what we need, but they don't listen at what we want. And what we want is to be free of this shit. We want to be free of fentanyl. We want to be free
of drugs. We want to be free of alcohol. We want to be free to make our own decisions. We don't need nobody to decide for us. We can decide for ourselves.
You know, people in recovery, someone asked the question the other day from the Department of Public Health, what is abstinence-based recovery? I said, ask people in recovery. They'll tell you what they need to stay sober. They'll tell you what they need to improve their lives in a way that works for them.
4 years ago, my family missed me because I went on a run. I went on a run for 3 straight years where nobody saw me. I robbed, stole, damaged, and terrorized my community. Even to a point where the next time my family saw me, I was on a lineup on the front story of the evening news with a whole array of people. They called us a crime ring. I was on the evening news. I was on the evening paper. I was doing all this, and I was one step from going back. And something clicked inside of me. Something clicked inside of me that told me that I didn't want my legacy to go out like that.
What I want you guys to do is take a stand. Just because you're an ex-convict, just because you are possibly still in the system, just because you're in recovery, you got the power and the right to vote to make changes on things in your life. They don't want me to ever talk about you voting, because then you become a block and you become a power. Then you get to go down to City Hall and say what you want and how you want it.
And all of us here today, just like Steve said, we're not just living proof, but we are living witnesses to what recovery can do. You can come all the way back from being out there on the street.
And don't be afraid to share your story. Stand on your story. That's what makes you who you are, the good and the bad. And when you're strong enough to share the bad in your life, it makes you strong, and it makes others strong.
And I want to thank all of the addicts in recovery who are supporting each other, who are supporting each other's sobriety. You are going to save San Francisco. And I'm just a politician, but you tell me what to do, and I'll do as much as I can to support you and to support the work you're doing.
How you supposed to say when I'm a natural crack baby, born in the shady age to crack AIDS and rape? See, we some goners with liquor stores on every corner. They used to sip Corona, now we can catch Corona. Standing out on the corner, living my life up on that hill, telling me to chase that dollar bill.